Okay, you guys, how did you guys doing? I'm sorry I look rough. Hump day. And like I had a rough week. I know I didn't. I just don't feel like I guess grooming myself. Just this week. But anyways, or just the next couple of days or whatever. Who cares? But now, parenting. That's what I want to talk about. Because like I see way too many parents get frustrated and the kids get frustrated because there's a break in the communication and there's a break in communication and there's like a high level of frustration on both sides. So there's also unwilling on both sides too. But then the parents is like, no, I'm the parent, you need to listen, blah, 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 because I said so. See, one thing that you gotta teach your kids is that choices. They always have choices, no matter what. And listen to me, this works. Even with kids, that's not mine. I've done it. You give them choices all the time. Like let's say yesterday, I was sitting there talking to a kid because I picked him up from school, and he's a little bit of a rebel, but he pretty much didn't want to put his shoes on because it's close to his mom to come home. And I'm like, okay, you got two choices. You can either put your sneakers on and wait for your mom on the couch till she gets here, or put your sneakers on and keep playing till she gets here. Which one you gonna do? I can put my sneakers on. Well, a couple minutes later, he still didn't put his sneakers on. My kid's looking at me like, oh shit. So it's kind of saying monkey see, monkey do, but if you're the only child, there's never too late to establish dominance, and you just have to communicate with them. So, okay, fine. Since he was the only one out, and AJ ain't really looking at him in no type of way, he's sitting there like, do I have to listen to you? I said, how about this? You want to sit on the couch, or do you want to come back here again? And you don't have to be that dramatic with it. You don't have to begin, because you're not talking to an adult. You're talking to a kid at the end of the day. So you have to like literally talk to them like, do you want to go home? Do you want to be able to do this tomorrow? Do you want s'mores later? Also reward them with s'mores. Don't threaten them with I mean, you can threaten them with consequences, but it's actually better to threaten them with rewards that they won't get. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like giving an incentive that they won't get if they're bad, you know? And always give them a choice, because it sucks when they don't have choices. And then they end up growing up thinking their whole life that they don't have choices. By the age of 10, a kid's mindset is already established. Oh, and parents, please listen. If it's one thing, you have to like not just establish dominance, but like, if anything, teach your kids how to freaking work. Because like, and also be in school, because if you go to school and that's it, chances are you're gonna be smart but not know how to work. You need to know how to use what you learned. So a lot of times parents aren't doing that. They get frustrated, like in lack of communication, typically with the older ones, and they end up letting them live how they want to live because they're old enough. No, they still live in your house. You still have the power to say something, and they have ears, so they're gonna listen. Even though they may get a little attitude or act like they annoy you, they're listening. Whatever you say, they're listening. Ears are open, mind is open. Because whenever you walk away, and maybe the next day, maybe the next week, they're gonna be thinking about those words. Maybe even the next fucking year, they may remember that conversation. It's like, wait, damn, I do need to get my life together. I'm old enough. Because a lot of times, and you have to let these kids realize that life isn't just like a high school project that you can just wait till the last day to turn it in the next day. When shit happens, you need to start planning step by step, not till at the last minute, because by that time it's too late. You can't do nothing, and you can't depend on other people. You gotta depend on only yourself. That's why you have to do slowly, step by step. So parents, please teach your kids how to grow up. Let them know how to establish themselves. Establish themselves at a very young age. Have their mindset start developing at a young age, you know? Because It's gonna be hard out here for kids because the competition is crazy. Before, everybody can get a job and just do everything, do any normal stuff. But now, you gotta teach your kids to be great.